I'm Ramsey the loud one.
I'm Jesse the short one.
Put us both into one, we are.
Lots of noise, always too fast, lots of laughs. Here's our podcast, the loud and short of it.
Hi, and welcome to Loud and Short of It. I'm Ramsey the loud one.
And I'm Jesse the short one. And we got a banger of an episode for you this week. It's another From the Ground Up. This time on camping. It's getting a little wintry out there.
Yep.
It's not so hot that you'll just melt in the summer heat.
Yep. And if you're watching this episode, we have just gotten back from our annual camping trip.
Yes.
And we're still hungover.
The big one, without a doubt. We did not pre-film this because we'll be camping.
No, not
when
at all.
we would need to record.
Not at all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not at all.
But that's our first tip for camping is if you have a podcast and you're going camping, record the episode ahead of time so that you're not strapped for your time and trying to get it done while hungover.
Yeah. And make sure you also have like 5 other episodes in the tank that are dog shit, but for emergency release.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we would recommend. Not that we've done that,
no,
though.
never.
You're getting this practically live.
No, it is actually 11/3. It is November 3rd.
Yes.
I forgot what month November was for 2 seconds.
Okay, so you've seen it From the Ground Up before. We're going to tell you everything there is about camping and why it's all fucking shit. And then we're going to tell you...
Oh, so I keep looking at your notes, so I'm very happy. I'm very excited.
And then we're going to tell you how you make camping experiences amazing.
Yep.
Literally rebuild it from the ashes of what it once was.
Yep. Somehow people have made camping shittier than it should be, even though it's the most pure experience you could possibly fucking have.
No doubt. No doubt. Gets
Thanks.
you in touch.
Thanks.
Okay, so what do we talk about first on the spectrum that is camping?
I have tents.
Tents.
I have a lot of takes on tents.
Okay, past tense, pre-tense, post-tense.
Actually, current tense.
Current tense.
I think that people are very whiny about sharing tents. I think if you're going on a camping trip with your friends, your personal space is not a fucking thing. We're not gonna grab you, but like also it's just like it's not gonna be tickle time when we go to bed. But also it's like, dude, I feel like it's always way more fun to just get the 5-person tents. That being said, last year we went camping. I had my own tent, and oh my god, what an experience! It was amazing. But I earned it because I set up a lot.
I own 2 of the giant 12-person tents, and I have stayed in them one time instead of staying with my girlfriend or whoever I was bringing to the camping site. So much more fun. Just jamming 6 dudes in one giant tent the size of a living room.
Yes, dude. Bro, one year I was, when TJ was with us, hi TJ, I had woken up in the middle of the night and I was soaking wet. I can't remember exactly why I was soaking wet. It did rain that day, but I remember I was like hyperventilating and I was freezing and I was just looking around and my TJ was on his air mattress, which is hilarious, in the 10-person tent, and he looks out and he goes, "Rams, you okay?" I was like, "Why am I wet?" He was like, "Thunderstorm hit. You were outside." So I put the cover over my head. I hyperventilate till I got warm and I passed out again. But if I didn't have another 9 people in there to potentially save me, I could have died.
It would have been so scary.
Yeah, I could have woken up on the ground.
So to go the exact opposite way that you just went, I'm tearing it down from every direction.
Okay.
On one hand, I agree. People are bitches about the tent. We should all just curl up and hang out like cavemen did.
Yeah.
On the other side, the advertising for tent is insane. If you're buying a tent for yourself or for parties, you just have to divide in half whatever they say that tent is for. Those 2-person tents barely fits a human being. 4-person tent barely fits 2 fucking people. 12-person tent, you're not fitting 12 people in that fucking tent.
Huh.
Unless they're all children. You can fit 12 children in that tent. But imagine like the big 12 beavers, and then you could not get 12 dudes in there.
Yeah. I think that, how many people is the big tent we have?
Those are 12s.
Oh. Damn, we could get like 6 or 7 people in there.
Yeah.
Well,
8 if you really wanted to jam it in there. But like 12 is just unreasonable. You could literally lay shoulder to shoulder with 12 people.
Yeah.
So I'm saying they should get sued for false advertising.
I feel like if you're with your like family, that's like a thing, I guess. But it also just like, I don't know, it's also fun to have multiple tents.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that's. I just don't understand how they do it. Is it like per sleeping bag, and then they just put down like 10 sleeping bags? They're like, all right, yeah, bag it.
Probably.
Bag
or
it.
they lay them on top of each other, they'll stack them. Like the Jenga set. This is an 800-person tent, provided you're okay with sleeping on top of each other.
If you like the, we actually have bunk beds made of plastic.
couple more tent bitches I got.
Yeah.
They're too easy to build.
Disagree.
They used to be hard, and my dad would do it, and then when I'd mess up, he'd yell at me, and Boy Scouts was fun. And now you can just get those ones that you just kind of throw, where they fucking just become a tent in the air.
That's what I want. I feel like it's never that. I gotta mess with the band things that are like weird. They look like kung fu weapons because they all like break apart and they're like also whips. I would love to fight someone with them. I would not like to make a sleeping apparatus out of it. I don't think I've ever been camping with my dad.
Really?
No, that's a very American like white thing.
Yeah, makes sense.
My dad was like, "No, we're gonna sleep in a house."
I think I've probably been camping with my dad more than any other person in the world.
Really?
But I also just used to go camping more when I was a child.
That's fair.
Now I go once or twice a year.
I was like,
maybe 3 times.
Yeah, when I was like
wild
kid, I think my uncles took me a few times, like when we were hunting or whatever. And my God, I think I would just rather go camping alone. Having to wake up at 5 a.m. and go shoot something after sleeping in a tent is just not fun to do.
Yeah, I don't want to camp with a purpose.
Yeah, I want to be there just for the alcohol.
Last tent thing I got.
Mm-hmm.
So every year I go on a search for another tent because I'm an idiot. I don't buy them that often, but I always see them advertised. The ones that can connect together.
Oh, like a hamster cage?
Yes, exactly.
Very sexy.
If any of those were reasonable prices and didn't have shitty reviews, what an amazing camping experience that would be. One giant tent that everyone's in, but also you get your privacy.
Yeah.
You can build it in a big circle so the fire can be in the middle, but you can be outside with your fire, but no one else can come and bears can't get you. Just the fucking best. But every single one I've seen either has terrible reviews or it's like, it's a 3 foot by 3 foot pod. Each pod is $600, and you're like, no.
I don't know though. I don't like shit like that. I don't want to build a fucking house in the middle of the wild. I want to have
a small.
No, I've seen them online. They're creepy. You like cut yourself off, and then it just feel. I like a very open campground. It's very. That's what you're there for. I don't want to be in a. Also, like I feel like you get the
fortress.
Yeah, if you get the hamster house, I'm never going to leave. I'm like, no, it's like those big inflatable things. Whenever you're a kid, it's like, come on, let's wrestle.
Now you got me. I want to build one of those and put a bouncy castle in the middle. Be like, this is real camping.
I'd be down.
Fuck, you could just sleep in a bouncy castle.
100%. You know what else you can sleep in?
Nice enough roof, you'd be set.
I think my ideal tent is a tailgate tent. Just them big ass ones, like what they use like for the wedding venues. But then you just get like a bug sheet. What do they call them? Bug curtains.
Netting.
Mosquito netting. Bug curtains.
That's getting clipped.
You hang up.
What are you getting? Bug curtains.
You hang up your motherfucking bug curtains, and then I want to have like a couch in there or whatever. Make it all cool.
Like literally just tailgate, beer pong table.
Oh yeah.
You got the whole setup. You got speakers.
Oh, yeah. But the difference is you're in Mother Nature.
Yeah.
You're bonding with the earth and Miller Lite.
The most natural of all the light beers.
The most recognizable, apparently. All right, what do you got next?
I got nothing more on tents, but we could dive into food, the cooking experience that is camping.
Oh, well, there should only be 2 things that are food.
Oh, okay.
Actually, 3.
One already backtracked.
1, boiga. You get a nice ham boiga. 2, you can have some glizzies.
Yeah.
Or
Glizzies
3, 3, you go out there with a fucking Remington 700 and you blow a deer's fucking head off and you eat that. I don't want to hear any shit about anything else you want. I don't give a fuck what you want. The food is the food.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, you can have beer for dinner.
I fully agree. And the number one thing that I wrote down for this was that vegans and vegetarians need to step the fuck up.
I fully agree.
I'm fine if they can provide a good alternative. That sounds amazing. And I try my best to not eat. I eat no red meat this year and try to cut back on chicken where I can. There's no options for camping.
Nope.
Not eating fucking tofu in the woods.
Nope. We don't have the money to make this work for you. I'm sorry. It's very difficult. It's also just one of those like whenever you and I've heard arguments for it back and forth, but every time it's the same thing with like movie arguments. I'm like, oh, okay, I get what you're saying, but I'm so bored listening to you. It just sounds so stupid.
And I'm very happy if I have it whenever vegetarian or vegan friends come over. I'll find something and cook something that makes it work for everybody or get you an alternative.
Yeah.
But for camping, the alternative is fake glizzies.
Yeah.
Fake boigas. And beer for dinner if we kill a deer.
Yeah.
I've never done that, but if I did.
You can have, if you complain about the food camping to the person organizing, you can have fucking acorns. They're all there. Just shove a pine cone up your ass.
The best food
Fucking clown.
experience I ever had while camping is we decided.
Thank you. I thought we were about to get into restaurant stories all of a sudden. I was like, okay.
We were going to what's the big ass rock?
Who cares?
Enchanted Rock. We were going to Enchanted Rock, and at the last time we were like, let's camp there instead of just go for the day. And we were like, but we haven't planned to camp at all. We only have sleeping bags. We grabbed at the last second. No tents or anything. And we were like, oh, we'll stop at a gas station. We'll get a bunch of ham and cheese and bread, and that'll work. And we went there. We thought we were geniuses. We were all set. We got to the top of Enchanted Rock. We had our hammies and our cheesies. That shit was melting just into a brick of cheese, and the ham was just nothing you would put inside yourself again.
Did you put it in a cooler?
No, I was just in a backpack.
You didn't pre-make the sandwiches?
Oh, no.
You deserve this L.
Yeah.
You never deserved an L more.
We ended up not camping. We were like, never mind. I don't want to be hungry tonight.
You could have just you each just pass around the ham, take a bite, and pass around the cheese, take a bite. You could have made it work.
Eating a block of Velveeta would be an experience to share with some friends.
You wouldn't have to worry about toilet papers. You wouldn't have to shit for a week.
That's very true.
But yeah, overall, vegans, love you. Keep up the good fight, but don't bother me when we're camping together. I'm sorry. Or bring your own mushrooms. Actually, don't do that. Don't touch my cook site.
One good thing I'll say about camping and cooking, it is more fun to cook outside than inside.
Yeah, 100%.
You don't care where the grease goes. You have no fears at all.
Do you have drinking on this list?
Yeah, we'll get
okay, I want to make sure so we could have paired it into food.
Yeah.
Also, I like camping food. It's really awesome to get hammered in the woods and then just have like shitty hamburgers or whatever.
It is. I know we're supposed to be tearing it down, but I'll give one good thing. Like you said, people shouldn't complain. Usually they don't.
Yeah.
Remember one year we had a whole extra packet of bacon at the end, and of course it wasn't going to stay good because it was in a cooler for a whole weekend, and we cooked all of the bacon all at once, just in one pan. And then it was just had like a good half-inch of bacon grease just bubbling and sizzling in there. And then we just kept frying things in pure bacon grease and eating it. And not one person there was like, we shouldn't do this.
Yeah, that's true.
Everyone was like, yeah, what happens if you put a muffin in it?
I also
put a blueberry.
That morning I also woke up and I was like, oh, I feel terrible. My friend was just like, yeah, you're having a Coors Light for breakfast, buddy. And I was like, yes, sir.
Okay, speaking of the Coors Light, you want to get into the drinking?
Yeah, fuck it.
That is a very important part of the camping experience.
Yeah. Just the only thing I care about when I go camping.
Yeah.
So what makes it fun.
It's overpowering.
Yeah, what?
Wait, I'm tearing it down still. I'm finding a way to hate on drinking. It's too much of the camping experience.
It becomes the one, because like I think about the time, there was one time I went camping without getting absolutely shit hammered, and it was with one of my uncles, and the entire time he was just giving me like life lessons, and I was young, so I was like, yeah, this is great, but if you're not giving me a life lesson, I need to have alcohol. I'm not chilling with mosquitoes.
I like
sober.
both of them. Give me a beer and a life lesson.
I think it's also just one of those things where we talk about like, you know, like whenever we're in a fraternity or whatever, like whenever like you got all your like homies together and like you just do like fuck shit. Like you will just like, you'll break stuff and like you'll hang out, you'll throw beer cans at each other and like it doesn't matter. Like if we're like we had a barbecue and like you chugged a beer can, you threw it at me, I'd look at you, I'd be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? But if you do it out at like out in the woods or whatever, I'm like, all right, beer war, baby. You don't know how violent it could get. There's less rules.
The caveman comes out.
Yeah, you have to be dumb
which
as
is
fuck.
Bad. This is so hard to shit on camping.
I don't care. I'm gonna keep fucking sucking camping's dick, and at the end, I'm gonna
make it even better.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you the 3 things I think could make it better.
Welcome to From the Top and Upwards.
Yeah, this is actually a camping in review. I think sometimes with the drinking, it's just awesome all the way through.
I think liquor's excessive.
I don't think you should have liquor in the woods.
I'm still gonna do it every fucking time. Yeah. But as a public service announcement, don't drink liquor in the woods.
Yeah.
You get sicky and then there's nowhere to go.
I hit that as a hard rule, I think, like 2 years ago, where I was like, I'm never drinking liquor in the woods again. There's been a few... relax. We'll get to it. Just shut your ass up.
I got a good story. Do not tune out. I got a good story when we get to fire pits.
Yeah. The only time I think in the past 2 years where I've drank liquor is like when we're at the campfire. It's the ass end of the night and we're sitting around it and you get past a whiskey bottle and you have to because that's what Cowboys did. Mm-hmm. I love Cowboys so much. All right, asshole. Tell them.
Okay, we're going to jump into the fire pits. So
you have a separate topic for fire pits?
Yeah, of course. Well, it says fires. It's fires. But I'm going to give a segue from drinking to fire pits.
Yeah.
A couple years ago, Ramsey decided liquor was a good idea. So he drank a whole mess of liquor and just had a ball of a time while we were out camping. It's something when you're the drunkest guy at the campsite. It's another thing when you've gone with 30 friends and you're the drunkest guy at the campsite.
Let me defend myself and also make myself look worse. That was the first time we had gone camping together. Like me and Jesse know each other for 8 months. I think it's when we truly became friends. I became very close with everyone at that campsite, and I do not remember each of those moments.
Anyways, Ramsey's a bit tipsy, one would say. He's over the legal limit, that's for sure.
Nobody tried to stop me.
At this point, I had gone to bed. I wasn't aware of what was taking place, but Ramsey had tripped into the smoldering ashes of our fire pit.
Yes, sir.
Knocked it over.
Yes, sir.
It landed on him, so he has embers all over his chest. He's laying in the ground like this, and he just put nappy by. He's just out like a light. Dude. We woke up in the morning, and he was wearing a white shirt the night before, and my favorite picture of Ramsey I have that I've ever seen is him looking hungover as hell, half dead, covered in ash.
Bro, I'm telling you, that I remember waking up that morning outside, and I knew it was bad. Oh, I already knew I was in trouble. I look up, and then I got up, and I looked at myself, and I was like, yo, wait, what? I see the fire pit and shit. And, of course, the next morning, everyone's like, dude, you won't believe what you did. And I was just like, no, I remember some of it, but I also can't believe no one tried to stop me. It was awesome. Best picture of me there is, bro. It is one of those things where it's just that was the first time I went camping in a long time, and the dog woke up. He had to bark.
Ashman was reborn.
Yep, that was Ashman for a long time. Mm-hmm. I still am in that group.
So, fire pits, just the best.
Yeah, dangerous. Mm-hmm. Very comfy.
If you don't have a tent, they make an excellent replacement. They keep you nice and warm.
Actually, from the ground up, fire pits real quick. Find a way to make them more pillowy. Give me a memory foam fire pit.
I will say, I have written down that I like the more pillowy ones. Not in those exact words, but I hate the pre-built ones.
What?
You know, like the grills that they have at parks so that you don't have to wheel your own grill out?
Yeah.
They have those, but fire pits at some campsites, and I've always hated them.
Oh, yeah, those are weird. Like the big steel ones that are, like, built up.
Yeah.
I hate that shit. You can't see the fucking fire.
They never have the holes drilled to allow proper airflow and make the fire work.
Yeah.
Then your fire has to be a certain size.
Yeah.
Like, you can't make it small and get close to it.
Yeah.
Because you'd be sitting in the fire pit, and you can't make it huge and dope.
Yeah.
They're just the worst. Fuck them. Them and the grills. Like, people bring their own grills.
Makes it too safe.
Yeah.
I don't like that shit. I like to be in danger when it comes to fire pits.
It's also very easy to do fires safely.
Yeah.
Like, I get that they're doing it for, like the average American.
Yeah.
Which,
50%. California, it's so easy to do fire safely.
Hey, that wasn't because of camping. Don't you put that on camping. That's gender reveal parties, and those are super dangerous.
I've never felt in. There's one time a fire pit's been involved where I felt in danger. It was not camping. I think the thing is, like, it's also kind of nice because, like, whenever you get the fire, like, everyone gets around it. And it's always, like, a perfect circle of chairs. And, like, even, like, early into the day. And it's fun because, like, that is one of those things where it's, like, everyone's involved. It's not like a party where people are split up. You can't
split into groups if people are cold. They have to come sit by the fire.
Like, you're all together. You're all, like, engaging with each other. And it's super fucking cool. Yeah. And then, like, maybe you'll talk to the person next to you about something for a little bit, which I don't know. I think those are my favorite memories far and away.
Sitting around a fire pit?
Yeah.
I fully agree.
Yeah.
My second favorite thing other than sitting around is having the fires get set up and then always having that one guy that tries to tell you how to set the fire up.
Dude.
That's my favorite part every time. You gotta build a little pyramid. Yeah. Get the kindling just right. And you're like, fuck you, man. Everyone knows how to bake a fire.
Every time shit like that happens now, I give up. I'm like, nope, you're doing it, bro. I'm like, Bear Grylls, you got this shit. I believe in you, motherfucker. Just take this off my hands.
The trick is just more lighter fluid.
Yep,
always just use more lighter fluid. And don't ever use gasoline. The people that do that are fucking insane.
I don't think I've ever seen anyone do that. Does it blow up?
A couple people. No, I mean, you can do it safely, but it's just like we have lighter fluid that's way safer and easier.
You should see lighter my fluid, fires, dude.
The amount of times I've sprayed lighter fluid onto a fire and people have gone like, holy shit, don't do that. It's going to follow the lighter fluid up and blow up in your hands. I'm like, no, it's fucking not.
I've never gotten that. Yeah.
Because it'll happen with gasoline. If you do that, you'll fucking...
Yeah. It look badass, though.
It's not going to happen. Yeah. Then you spin around in a circle and don't let go of it, and then you chunk it.
You should see my fires. They're literally just 80% lighter fluid.
I always make a small pool of it and then drop some wood in it.
Every time anyone like gets a lighter and tries to go, I'm like, hey, no, we don't do that. And I'll like light a paper towel, I'll throw it there and go, shit's badass.
Hell yeah. Okay, what do we got next?
I don't know. What else do we like about camping?
Oh, man, we really went quick on it. We're going slow on these. Okay, got driving there.
You're not allowed to make me drive 4 hours to sleep outside.
Boom, that's what I wanted to hear. Yes. If you're in Texas, I can understand. If you're in everywhere you can always drive an hour and a half and be in the middle of nowhere, at least in America.
Yeah.
So fuck camping because you have to drive too far sometimes because people pick shitty places.
Yep.
Speaking of shitty places, I got campsites.
Yeah. I don't like being... My ideal campsite is far the fuck away from everyone else.
I don't like that you have to pay for them. They can charge me $10 to go there, and then I have to be 20 feet away from a family. It sounds fucking terrible.
Yeah, it's weird. You can't be like a moron properly. You gotta...
It's too close to apartments. That's what they've turned them into. You're right next to some other asshole with kids.
You might as well just go to a Motel 6.
And start a fire in there. It'd be more exciting anyways.
Less dangerous than the other people who stay at Motel 6s.
I got what group you go with.
Usually like going with people I don't like.
Yeah. I was going to throw out... I still have nothing negative to say about camping. I'm trying so hard to twist what I have written down to be negative.
This is a shitty from the ground up episode, but a great episode to record.
Yes. I think it's weirdly one of the best ways to get to know people.
Yeah.
Because we almost every time somebody new comes for our yearly trip that I've never met before, and every time it's just like the best way because you're just forced to spend at least 48 hours with somebody.
Yeah.
You skip, you go mask off right away. You skip all the what do you do for a living? Oh, you do that? That's so fucking interesting. Yeah. Maybe we'll have a real conversation the third time we meet.
Yeah.
It's like, you like fire and beer? I do too.
It's sick. It is one of those things where it's just like, hey, what's up, buddy? What's your name? Oh, hell yeah, you know so-and-so? Sick. We're going to light this shit on fire, and then we're going to build a tent, and then you're friends immediately. Yeah. I don't think I've ever met anyone... Because it'd be
so awkward if you aren't friends.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever met anyone out camping where I was like, not a huge fan of that person.
Yeah, I did 2 years ago.
Oh, I take it back. I take that all back.
But then it's also easy to just be
I still liked them because they took our campsite and made it into a fucking hellhole. I liked that year so much because we needed it down here. We were having too much fun every year.
We needed something to compare to make the rest
it made the next year kick so much more ass.
If you're listening to this, I don't know why.
Yeah, I'm a mama, dude.
Let's end it here. I got one more. And then we'll get into ours. Activities.
I don't know. What are activities to do?
Hiking.
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah, tailgate games.
Yeah.
We already talked about fires and drinking.
Yeah.
I was going to say great conversations when you're sitting around that fire. And I think no phones. That's a big part of camping. I think that's one of the things that makes it so great.
Yeah. I think the hiking especially, I've had some of the best conversations in my life on a hike.
Mm-hmm.
I think that going on a hike is always, like, we do whenever we try and, like, build out concepts, we always go on a hike. And we always try and talk, like, out there because it just makes things easier.
It's the perfect, it doesn't take any focus away from the conversation, but it gives you something to do.
Yeah. Like, you're just, like, walking around and then it's like, when you're sitting down and, like, having a conversation, it's a little different. There are lulls, but, like, there's no lulls when you're hiking.
Yeah, or when you're filming a podcast. What's up?
Exactly.
We do this for you.
Yeah, fuck you. Yeah, I mean, I hate hiking and I hate camping.
Yeah, camping sucks. We've really torn it down.
Yeah, no, I love it all. I don't like the tailgate games.
Really?
That just feels.
And you're not gonna like the trip that we just went on last weekend. Slash are going on very soon.
We never do tailgate games.
We are this year because of Corona. We don't want to be around other people.
Well, I guess that's a little different. It's a different experience camping. I don't like, because a lot of times I think it's more of like I don't want to do stuff like, because we do that other places.
Yeah, that's true.
Like we do it at tailgate.
You want to do stuff you can only do when you're camping.
Yeah, but to be fair, we haven't gone to tailgate in a year.
That's true.
I have no clue anymore.
Okay, we're ready to get into how we're going to improve camping?
Yep.
You want me to go first? Mine's very simplistic.
Yeah, go for it.
Knock it out in one sentence. Camping is legal everywhere.
We live in Austin. Camping is legal everywhere.
No, everywhere. If some dude right now tried to camp in the front yard, I could get him out of here.
Yeah.
He's not allowed to be there. What I'm saying is everywhere.
Okay.
If he wants to come inside, that's illegal. But if he brings a tent with him and he goes inside the tent, 100% legal. As long as you have a tent with you and you go in the tent, it's legal to camp there. Anywhere.
Oh my God. I could camp on the White House lawn.
Mm-hmm. You just stay there.
I would lay there and I would think, man, I wish this house was bigger. No, I kind of like that.
Think about it when Corona's over and events are going on.
Yeah.
People that camp out to buy tickets, that's boring.
Mm-hmm.
Or to get a new phone or whatever. But you want to go to a bar?
Yeah.
Just camp out there, baby. You don't have to drive home.
Yeah.
You set your tent up outside the bar. You go in with your friends. Your friends come out, camping on the sidewalk outside the bar, baby.
You're gonna wake up with some new friends.
No, they're not allowed in the tent.
Oh, okay.
They have to bring their own tent and get in that tent next to you.
I think this would be super sick for like national parks where they don't let you go out into the wilderness and camp wherever. My uncle, he went to go camping like by himself one time, which I think is the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
And he like told me like how he did it, and I was like, oh man, not how we work here. Like we go to a certain spot, we hunker down. That's where you do. There's people 20 feet from you. I think it's a way cooler way of going camping.
Yeah.
And I would just love to camp out in front of fucking 6th Street, and that's my life.
Mm-hmm.
I just go into the bars at 6 p.m. and I go into my tent at 6 a.m.
Rinse and repeat.
Every day. Oh, man.
You had a long day at work. You keep that tent in your car. You just pop it out there. You don't have to drive home.
Oh, my God. Do not promote fucking vicious capitalism on the podcast. That is how I thought when I was a child. It didn't make sense to me that I knew teachers didn't stay at school, but in my head I was like, why not?
But now they can.
Well, it makes way more sense. Yeah.
The AC runs there at night. They can set up a tent inside their room. They have to have the tent. That's how the whole system works. It falls apart if you try to camp without the tent.
The tent is your shelter from the government.
Exactly. Also, everything's legal inside the tent.
I love it.
All drugs. You can't take it outside your tent, but here's what you do. You leave the drugs in the tent, fold the tent up. That's a legal way to transport drugs now. You can get on planes and shit.
You're making every libertarian horny, and now I'm scared for the safety of everyone.
I would love to. Well, see, but the libertarians aren't allowed to shoot you if you camp on their property.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, there is no property anymore. It's all campgrounds.
I feel like you've kind of just made my ideal society, but now that I have it, I don't like it so much anymore. Oh man, all camping's legal. Mine's a little different.
Okay, All camping's illegal.
I got a plan, and I want this to happen one day. So I want you to take notes, and for 1 year for my birthday, make this happen.
Okay.
I love horror movies more than anything on earth.
No.
And I also love camping more than anything on earth. 1 year, I want to go out camping on a big trip with all my friends for my birthday, and we're all going to have a fucking grand time. It's going to be awesome. What's going to happen on that camping trip is in the middle of the night, someone's going to go missing from their tent. There's going to be blood everywhere. And I'm going to think, oh my God, this is awesome. But out loud, I'm going to go, oh my God, this is terrible. Someone has died. And then for the rest of the night, there's going to be a killer in the woods stalking us and our friends, and we're going to find out who's got the fucking dog in him. We're going to see who can survive the horror movie. And it's going to be me, ideally some others, but I want to be scared shitless for 12 hours straight. And at the end, we go to we somehow go from our campsite to this like camp, like this old dilapidated camp.
Oh, is it next to a lake, like Crystal Lake?
It's clear as crystal.
Okay.
And then we go and there's a big fight with the killer or whatever, and we beat him up. And then he goes, no, wait. And then he pulls off his mask, and it's one of my best friends. I don't know who it is, but it's the person who couldn't make it that weekend who I was real bummed about.
Oh, no.
And then all my other friends come out covered in blood, and there's a huge party at this fucking cabin campsite, and it's the best shit ever. It's the only way I can make camping better is to think that my friends are dying.
But then at the very end, it turns out we were all ghosts, and you had no idea the entire time.
I would have no friends then.
Double whammy.
Oh, God. That made it a sick party to actually every friend you had was dead before this prank. We all died and then pulled a prank on you.
Super prank.
Yeah, that's my ideal camping. The only way you can make it better for me.
Okay, so once again, from the ground up, was us hyping camping up for 25 minutes, and then we said it should be legal everywhere and our friends should die.
Yep. As a prank.
As a prank.
And the big party at the cabins, baby.
And then they're ghosts.
Happy Halloween. That was 3 days ago. Oh, man. Yeah, I think that's about good for that one.
My God.
Wrapped it up, put a bow on it.
I absolutely loved that.
Yeah, it was a blast. But yeah.
Go camping.
Go
it's
camping.
Nice outside right now.
Yep. Throw me that
the day
birthday
you
party
watch
I want.
This, it's nice enough.
Yep.
Yeah, hit Ramsey up.
Please.
And scale him.
I don't want a surprise party. Well, I do want a surprise party.
And if you happen to be a ghost and you're listening to this episode, go haunt Ramsey's room.
Yeah. I'm single. All right, y'all. Thank you for listening. What do we got next week?
We got a variety hour.
Oh, my favorite. I love the news.
Yeah.
There's so many good things to talk about. Thanks for listening.
That one will actually be pulled up.